Hello, English 102 students. I hope everything is going well for you. Yeah, this quarantine isn't fun, but we have to just make the best of it. My hair salon closed, and so my daughter came over and gave me a haircut on the back porch today. So I said, cut it short because it's going to be hot. Anyway, so we all have to make little adjustments. But I want you to stay focused on your schoolwork. And I know it's a challenge that you've got to do all your classes online now, but I have confidence in you that you can do it one step at a time, one day at a time. So let's get started with revising that career essay. Okay, so let's look at the big picture. We have the controlling idea. That is our biggest idea, right? And this creates focus and boundaries. This is our thesis. It is the biggest idea in your essay. Now I notice that those of you that are revising, you didn't have a controlling idea. You didn't have a thesis. And as a result, you were kind of wandering around and making a lot of general statements. So this video is going to help you correct that. Okay, so our biggest idea is our thesis. And so your job is, after you formulate your thesis, is to prove it with your library and field research. Now you probably have done that, but it didn't quite meet the standards with your essay. So we're going to go back and take that research and that field research, and we're going to apply it in a better manner so that your essay shines and is more developed. Okay, so I've come up with some examples of some thesis statements, and I've done this because I think you could then plug in your pertinent topic, your pertinent subtopics into some of these sample thesis statements. So, for example, to become a profiler for the FBI requires an advanced education, field experience, physical and mental stamina, high moral character, and highly developed critical thinking skills. So you can see that we have these subcategories that are supporting the steps someone has to take to become an FBI profiler. So you would talk about what kind of education, what school you would go to, how much that would cost, how much time it would take. Field experience, would you need to be involved in law enforcement or perhaps an apprenticeship? What are the physical and mental requirements? And give me examples. High moral character, be very, very specific in this. And then highly developed critical thinking skills. Again, give me examples. And where do you get those examples? From your library research and your interview and observation. Okay, here's an example of another thesis statement that perhaps you could adapt to your topic. For those who want to teach high school, a college education is required, as well as the ability to be flexible, patient, and creative. Did I mention that a teacher must also enjoy being around young people? So, you would talk about that college education. Where's the best place for you to go, since this is your career choice? And how much will it cost? How much time will it take? And then give me examples of how a teacher is flexible, how a teacher is patient, how a teacher is creative. And also show me that a teacher must enjoy being around young people. And so do you see how that works? Okay. Now here's an example of a third thesis statement that could possibly work if you plug in your topic and your subtopics. Residential real estate agents are responsible for mediating the largest purchase most people will ever make in their lifetime. This job requires training, education, licensing, a flexible work schedule, well-developed people skills, and the ability to negotiate a legal contract. So you see, you take these components that are embedded in the thesis statement and you develop them. Each one of these could have 2, maybe 3 paragraphs, and you get your concrete, specific information from your library research and your field research. We want to be very specific. Okay, so did you notice how the list of qualities creates an outline for the essay? Yes. Okay, so makes it easy. And your research will help you develop each of these ideas so that you're supporting the big idea, which we know is the thesis statement. Now, some of you were a little fuzzy with your organization. And as you revise, I would like you to consider, how will you organize this essay? Will it be by time? First this happens, then this happens, then this happens. Or, like in our essay, The Last Stop, he organized the essay by space as he walked through the mortuary. Or you could do it by topic. So kind of play around with these choices. Figure out which one is the best fit for your essay, and then stick to it. We don't want to be wandering off. We want to stay with our plan. Okay, talking about plans, we want to plan out our paragraphs. And the first thing that we need to recognize is that every paragraph needs a topic sentence. Well, let me backtrack. Not every paragraph. Maybe it's going to take 2 or maybe even 3 paragraphs to prove a topic sentence that has a rather broad scope. But most of the time, each of our paragraphs needs a topic sentence. And I always recommend using a simple sentence as your topic sentence. And then use your library and field research to support that topic sentence, which of course then supports your thesis. So you have this hierarchy of ideas that all kind of fit together like a puzzle. And remember, the majority of your paragraphs need parenthetical citations, and I noticed that was something that was missing. And when we don't have a plan, when we're not organized, we tend to speak in generalities and we wander off topic. But when we are organized and we have our topic sentences, and those topic sentences are supported by our research, we stay focused. Okay, engaging the reader. We don't want to bore the reader, right? So, begin the essay with a shocking statistic, a riveting anecdote, or a surprising quotation. Some of you who are revising began your essay with some boring chit-chat. I'm sorry, but it's true. You made lots of general statements that were really kind of sleep-inducing. So, easy fix, you just eliminate that first paragraph. Maybe start with the second paragraph. Know that that first paragraph needs to engage your reader. Another tip that I would like to suggest is that you begin your essay in the same manner that you end your essay. So if you begin with an anecdote, end with an anecdote. If you begin with a statistic, end with a statistic. This creates a frame, and this creates reader satisfaction. It also shows that you have control over your writing. Let's consider that title. Titles create an impression. And frankly, sometimes our titles just aren't doing any heavy lifting. They're just sitting there, kind of limp. So, create a title that reflects the essence of your essay. Use a phrase from your conclusion, and then you've also created a frame. Remember, first impressions count. Now, ask yourself, what have I missed? I would like you to refer to your handout that I gave you. Sorry, it's probably in reverse. And I would like you to follow the 14 steps in writing a profile. That's on pages 2 and 3 in your handout. Don't skip steps. That diminishes the power of your writing. You may think, oh, I don't need to do that. Do it anyway, because you're revising and there's something that you missed. So don't skip steps. Also on page 3, did you answer all the questions that were listed on the bottom of page 3 that are relevant to your career? Make sure that you carefully answer those questions with specific details. For example, is a college education required? Well, don't just say, yes, a college education is required. Tell me where you might get that education. Tell me how much it might cost. Give me the details. And how long is it going to take? And things like that. So be very, very specific. Now, we've talked about thesis, we talked about paragraphs, so now we're going to talk about something even smaller, and that's our sentences. Read your essay aloud and listen for sentence level mistakes. Make sure that each sentence is either simple, compound, or complex. And if you have run-ons, you can tell when you're reading out loud. If you have sentence fragments, you can tell when you read out loud. Revise your sentences until they conform to the standard. Punctuation, this is even smaller, but it's important because if our punctuation isn't correct, the meaning can change. And if our punctuation isn't correct, we can confuse our readers. Again, make certain that your comma and end punctuation is correct. Refer to your lecture notes on comma usage. Refer to Diana Hacker's handbook for both comma and end punctuation. Getting additional feedback. It's really important, especially now that we're online and we're not meeting together in the classroom. So you need to create a new support group. The first person is you. You need to support yourself in your writing endeavors. And take the time to do your assignments. Don't wait to the last minute to remember procrastination is not our friend. It creates more stress. And when we're under stress, we really can't do our best work. So read your essay aloud. Read your essay aloud to a friend or family member. And then email your essay to a friend for feedback. And whoever you're reading to, whoever is critiquing your essay, make sure that you teach them about the format that we use when we listen to someone's work. That we have the plus sign for the things that we have done well, we have the minus sign for the things that we need to work on, and we have the question mark for the questions that we didn't answer in our essay. And that keeps the essay critiquing very, very focused, and you can get a lot of good feedback that way. The fourth thing that I really encourage you to do is contact the online tutor center. They've completely reorganized and set up their online tutoring, and they're waiting to help you. So if you're revising this essay, I would strongly suggest that you contact the online tutoring center and let them help you. This is their expertise. They've been trained in this. Also, you might need a little tutoring for our final essay, taking a position, and so you'll already be familiar with how to contact the tutor center. I've given you the link for the tutor center on Canvas under Announcements. Okay, so you've spent some time building a stronger thesis, building stronger topic sentences, taking your research and supporting those topic sentences, creating a good first impression with a nice title, a good introduction. You've taken the time to create a frame, and you've used parenthetical citation. So now you have this wonderful revision. And I want you to take this to the online tutor. And then it's all done, it's all looking beautiful. Resubmit it, resubmit your essay on Canvas. And if you could do me a little favor, if you could please write your class time, either 9:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. on your heading of your paper. That would be a big help to me so that I know which gradebook to record your grade in. So with that, I hope this helped with the revision. If you have any questions, please email me at Canvas. And I hope you're staying healthy by taking care of yourself, getting exercise, getting a little sunshine, washing your hands. And with that, I wish you good luck and good rest.